Hello, Meoni here, and welcome back to another video of looking at the items added to the Mog Station, or the Final Fantasy XIV online store as it's now known, as of the 30th of March 2021. I almost forgot the date there. Time is slipping away from us faster than I can even keep up. First of all then, as you can see, these are the new items, which include last year's Hatching Tide items. We have the rabbit head, rabbit suit, dapper rabbit suit, the stuffed rabbit there, and the authentic Hatching Tide advertisement. You'll notice that the costume pieces are separate, so the helm is £1.73, with the suits being £1.73 as well, sold completely separately, with the stuffed rabbit item being £2.88, along with the actual Hatching Tide advertisement. We'll look at the other regions in just a second, but also we have some new items, 4 new items in particular if you want to count them, the first of which is the brand new Alphano Attire, and if we click on this item you'll notice that it comes with a hairstyle. That's basically what you're purchasing. If we click on images further, you'll see that this is a one-piece outfit that comes with a hairstyle. It is equipable by both genders, all levels, level 1 and above for all classes and jobs, obviously. So you can use this as your glamour on a glamour plate, but if you use it as an actual item, then it will be a replacement item, and we'll look at that in further detail in just a moment. There's the hairstyle as well. So I can see a lot of people actually probably picking this up mostly for the hairstyle, considering this is a non-dyeable chest piece that isn't even separated, so we can't use multiple items from a set. What you see is what you get. You can't just equip the legs, for example, which is very disappointing. I'm very disappointed in the modern way that these work. It's very similar to the Charlie and Prodigy suit, which is something we looked at previously. This is also a one-piece set, and I don't like it. This will cost you £8.63 in the United Kingdom. So let's go back to those new items page. And we also have 3 Orchestron Scrolls from the piano arrangements albums. We've got Painted Foothills, Night in the Broom, and Ominous Prognostics. Those will cost £2.88 each. Let's switch then to the US dollars. The outfit then coming in at $15, the music at $5, the rabbit items 3, and the stuffed item and advertisement poster $5. In euros, because I know there's a lot of European viewers, that's €10 50 cents, $3.50 for your music, $2.10 for your rabbit items, and $3.50 for your poster or your stuffed rabbit. And there we go. That's basically what we've got. So I've bought all of these items today for you. I already had this stuff from last year. Let's go into the game and then have a look at stuff. We'll look at the outfit first, because I'm sure that's going to be the first question on everyone's mind. Right then, as we already predicted, this is the Alphano Attire. It doesn't have a gender restriction on that, so we can equip this on our female character here. It will say, as it says on the, however, as it says on the actual Final Fantasy XIV store page, change depending on the race and gender that you equip it on. And there we go, that is the straight equip of that particular item, and as you can see, it is basically replacing, it says, cannot equip with arm, leg, or foot gear, so it's unequipped those parts of my gear. Now, of course, a way around this would be assigning this to a glamour plate, and then applying that afterwards. That would be the way of going around this, and that means you would be able to equip stuff in your hands, leg, and feet slot. However, as a straight-up item, rather than just being used in the glamour dresser, this is just a replacement for those, 4 slots of gear, which I think a lot of people might dislike. Let's wait a few seconds until it's daytime, because it's not daytime in the game. Alrighty then, here we are, fast forwarded obviously a little bit. I had to go and make a cup of tea for this, but it is now finally daytime in the game, and this is what the set looks like. It doesn't look bad, okay, that's the first thing I will mention, that this doesn't actually look that bad. I love the little details on the legs here, I love the zips. I actually really like this outfit, and I think it looks really good on a female character here. I think it will look good on a few different races. There's a bit of clipping at the top there with the masked hood and my hair, but that's forgivable, honestly, considering what we've already seen before. What's unforgivable, however, is that I can't take these beautiful boots off, and they are beautiful, before anyone says anything else, these thigh highs, and use them with something else. That's the crime here, I think you'll agree. Well, I hope you'll agree anyway. These gloves, they're cool, but I'd like to put a different set of gloves on. This coat, it's cool, you know, but I want to use it with other stuff. You know, what's happened since, I don't know, the last, you know, like even the Y'shtola attire was in different pieces. Minfilia's attire was in different pieces. Thancred's was in different pieces. What is it about the Sharlayan and now the Alphano outfit that forces it to be one item? Is this cutbacks from Square Enix? Is this, you know, what is this directly? I'm not sure, personally, and I'm not really able to guess. I would love to know the reason, but I think as a you know, a consumer base, that this is probably not as acceptable as it should be. I mean, the price is quite high, but obviously it's not a dyeable item. That was the thing that annoyed people already, but that's always been the case. But this new way of doing outfits is really bad. You know, this, just as a reminder, this takes up 4 pieces of gear in terms of slot. You can't mix and match. The only thing you can mix and match with this particular outfit is a hat. You know, a hat. If you try to put some gloves on, yeah? Let's see. You can't, right? It physically won't let you, right? You can put some earrings and some invisible rings on that you won't be able to see on the character because they're hidden underneath that layer. And you can put whatever helm on you want. I mean, I don't know what helm should we put on? The Moogle hat? But I don't understand. If they're trying to keep the aesthetic of Alphano as one thing, why allow for us to put hats on in the first place? That's my question. Why not just disallow that slot as well? But anyway, let me know what you think. Obviously, that's something that is going to be contention on a lot of people's sides for quite some time to go. But me personally, I'm not a huge fan of this idea. The set itself does look great, don't get me wrong, but I just believe in mixing and matching, because glamour is the end game of this video game at the end of the day, and we want the ability to not look all the time the same. That's the problem. Anyway, let's move on to the hairstyle. That's the other component of this. Like I said before, you get 2 items. You get this outfit, and then you also get the Sharlayan Studies Modern Aesthetics. Let's pop that on, and let's go. Alright, then here we are in the Aesthetition, and there it is right at the bottom. These are all the purchased or you know, stuff that I've acquired over time. But this is what Sharlayan Studies looks like on my female Miqo'te. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to purchase this on multiple alts. I don't have that sort of money floating around to show you on different races. That'll be something that someone else has to do, probably, on the internet. But honestly, I look a little bit more like Alice than anything else. Like if Alice was a cat girl, which is ultimately a big improvement in my opinion. So the hairstyle obviously designed to go with this for Alphano. You can actually see the collar of this outfit a bit better now, which is making me wish that this chest piece was separated even further now. But it looks pretty good. I quite like this hairstyle. It does heavily remind me of Alphano though, so I'm not sure if I personally would want to use this, but I do like the design, and I think it does look really good with a Miqo'te. I like how they've done that, incorporated it with the ears. The little quiff on the top there, maybe it's a bit too light in this environment. Let me just swap. There we go. That's better. That's more natural, isn't it? You can see the lines of the hair. But yeah, if you've always wanted to have this hairstyle and you think this is cute, which it is, then yeah, you could do a lot worse. That might be the main reason that people drop the £8 on this outfit, just for the hairstyle. I know that would probably be the reason I would do it if it wasn't for the fact I buy these things to preview them for you guys. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Let's go in more natural light outside of the Aesthetition. Right, well, there we go then. Here we are outside in natural light, and I think you'll agree it looks pretty good. It is quite a nice hairstyle. I'm going to see a lot of people in Limsa with this now, aren't I? It is worth noting, however, they do note, and this is a really sad point, Viera and Hrothgar do not get the ability to wear this hairstyle. I mean, that should go without saying, because Hrothgar have a weird facial hair, body, fur situation going on, so that's not really that possible. But really disappointed that Buns cannot enjoy this. I think a bunny would look really good with these. Especially with the ears poking out. That would be quite adorable, but unfortunately, that's only available for the pre-existing races and gender variations of those. Yeah, I don't know. It's not the worst looking hairstyle in the universe. This bit bobs, by the way, as you walk. Maybe that's something you want to know. It sort of swishes, which is kind of adorable. I don't think there's any other hair that does that. But this is the hair physics for the long hair anyway, but because you have this one long strand, it just goes swish, 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 swish. It's like a tail attached to the back of my head. Quite like that, actually. They should do more stuff like that. Animated pigtails, that'll be the next thing, won't it? But yeah, it looks pretty cool, and obviously with expressions and things, you know, this hairstyle doesn't look too bad. It sort of reacts quite nicely. In terms of how it flows and how it reacts, obviously. Good ragdoll physics. But yeah, let's have a final look then with different hair colours on this and different, highlights, because somebody last time asked me to show that in the future. Right then, hair colours. Let's tick on the highlight button. Oh my, look at that fringe. We've already stepped into 90s emo fashion, haven't we? The tip of the ponytail dies as well. That's quite interesting. Some people might love this. Me personally, I'm not a massive fan of highlights. It can work quite well on some characters, though. Let's go for what, blonde highlights on red. Kind of looks like I don't know, like strawberries and cream or something. Kind of cool, actually. A little bit fiery. A fiery temper. I suppose you could live out your fantasy of what Alphano would look like with green hair or something. That's something. I'm sure that's somewhere on someone's list. Obviously we've got some nice purples. Yeah, somebody might want to see purple with a bit of, I don't know, white tips. Cool. Looking cool. But yeah, it's it goes quite well. But yeah, if I hadn't have shown this, you would have guessed probably how the highlights worked on this, because every single different hairstyle has different highlight mapping. It's cool to see that the tip of the ponytail changes as well, though. That's really cool. Very cool indeed. What about black with pink and purple? Yeah, that's more like it. I like that quite a bit, actually. That's quite nice, isn't it? I approve. But yes, that's the hairstyle. So let's move on then, because we have more things to look at. That's the outfit and the hairstyle together. Would I recommend them? I don't know. It depends how much you want the hairstyle, doesn't it, really? And in just addition to that, before we move on to the other items, as my girlfriend Fran pointed out, this is what it looks like with a hat on, because she wondered what it would look like. Because obviously, when you wear a hat, your hair changes, and the ponytail has disappeared. So it's now a short hairstyle, as you can see. And, well, it looks kind of cute, doesn't it? That fringe is pretty nice. Here you go, different hats. Obviously, different hats will have different effects on that. But, yeah, it completely removes the ponytail. It looks nothing like Alphano now. But, yeah, the fringe is a different choice of fringe. So that's a good shout, really, from Fran there, because some people might want a hairstyle that has a bit of a fringe on it. But that's obviously head replacements that are going to do that. Yeah, very cool. Very cool indeed. Very good. Right, let's finally move on then to those other items. So this then is what the poster looks like in the game. This is the authentic Hatching Tide advertisement, or just the Hatching Tide advertisement as it was originally, because of course they added the authentic thing as a prefix to the store purchase item rather than the original that's just called the Hatching Tide advertisement, so that there was two separate items in the game. Yeah, it's basically the wonderful artwork of running after Riggy, Egg Hunter Riggy, and that beautiful sort of curved landscape. I do love this poster. I love the posters in the game. I think the artwork is fantastic that they put on the special sites in the past, and it's nice to have them in the game as just stuff to remind you, really. It's a really nice little touch, and for £2.88 or your regional equivalent, I don't think this is bad at all, really. You know, if you want it bad enough, then go get it. It would be really nice to go on certain walls if you decorate better than I do. Whilst we're on the subject of housing items, the other housing item from last year is the authentic stuffed rabbit. Of course, the stuffed rabbit is what it usually is, and it is a dyeable plushie. We looked at this last year. Let's plop that fella down in all of his glory. This is a dyeable plush bunny, as you probably already figured out, and he has a little, you know, tartan bib around his neck, and he's got a carrot sort of backpack. He's adorable, isn't he? He really is. There's not really much you can say about him. And of course, he is a dyeable bun bun. So yes. And of course, it's the main fur that changes. So you can have yourself a little red, very crazily red bunny, or a little pink bunny in the corner, or whatever your heart desires. Maybe a brown bunny, maybe a yellow bunny, maybe a green bun bun. Who knows? Oh, that looks a bit sick, actually. It's like he's eating too many carrots. And that one's a really cold bun bun. He's like, oh no, I'm very, very cold out here. And then we got the purple and pink bunnies. Yeah, I'm having too much fun with bunnies. But there you go. If you want to get that, that will also cost you £2.88. The same price as your advertisement poster or your regional equivalent, as we mentioned earlier. Moving on. Next up then, we have the outfits. Let's plop on the rabbit head, because that's actually something that would go with the Alphano outfit, which is quite hilarious, really. This is the intended use of this 4-piece outfit, by the way. Just put the rabbit head on there. So the rabbit head, like I say before, is sold separately. It's £1.73 or your regional equivalent, and all of the pieces cost the same. And then you have a choice of body, because last year you had a choice of actual body depending on which one you completed. You have, if I had the armory space, let me just fix that for a second. I did not plan this too far ahead, did I? Will that work? Is that good? There we go. The first one is the rabbit suit. That's what it's called. Of course, yours will be obviously £1.73, and it looks pretty good. You're just a big giant fluffy bun bun, complete with bun bun tail, of course. I like this outfit. It's great for trolling people, and wonderful in Castrum Praetorium cutscenes. So if you're going to queue for Castrum Praetorium, which is basically the movie edition of Gaius ranting at things, then you might want to sit there for 40 minutes and have a slight cackle at some of the cutscenes with different coloured bunnies. And then that's something we like to do. I don't know what's wrong with us personally. But we also have the dyeable options. We can dye this whatever colour we want. As you can see there, the dye palettes. We've looked at these before in a video last year, but there we go. You can have a bunny of your desire. Again, another cold bunny, a sick bunny, a pink bunny. Yeah, whatever colour you desire. It dyes really well, and I quite like this outfit. And it's very, very cheap. So if you want to pick up a cheap outfit, you can do much worse than this, especially with the Alphano set. So that's the rabbit suit. The dapper rabbit suit, the difference then, as you can see, is that we have some other embellishments. And by other embellishments, I mean it has a large collar with a reflection mapped button. As you can see, that's actually the reflection of this building, which is very interesting. It's sort of like bib type thing, this big collar. And it's also got cufflinks, and those also have reflection mapped buttons on them as well that work. So it really depends on what you want. Personally, I like the rabbit suit a little bit more than the dapper one. Mostly for the dye choices, they're a little bit different, as you can see here. If we demonstrate that, the cufflinks and stuff do not dye. So it's just the base rabbit suit. This can have a really good effect though, especially like the contrast between black and white here, or some of the yellows sometimes work quite well. But me personally, I would go for the rabbit suit. But since they're so cheap, you might want to pick up both. I don't know. It's entirely up to you. So that leaves us on to the last component of this then, which are the Orchestron Scrolls. There are 3 new Orchestron Scrolls based on their piano collections albums, Ominous Prognostics, Night in the Broom, and Painted Foothills. So let's go over to a Orchestron and listen to this music. Right, and here we are in the game over at the Orchestron. So what we're going to do is we're going to play Ominous Prognostics first. So this is what this sounds like. So if that's your cup of tea, maybe you like some piano music, then this is certainly some of the themes for you. So that's Ominous Prognostics. Next we have Night in the Broom. That song then featured heavily throughout Heavensward. Beautiful to have a piano version of that available in the game. Next we have the Painted Foothills. What a lovely slow burning set of music this is. You could certainly listen to this for quite some considerable time as background music in your house, or maybe you want to have a setting with some of this sort of stuff in the background. It's a welcome thing, and I love the piano collection stuff. As you already see, I've bought quite a bit of it, and the orchestral stuff. I think they should add a lot more things from the CDs and the albums to the game. I think they're fantastic. But there we go. That was Painted Foothills and the rest of the piano collection there. Don't want to play too much of that in case I'm violating some copyright infringement thingy. But yeah, there we go. Alright then, my friends, thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully this has been helpful in your consumer decisions. Let me know what you think about any of the items present within this video, and obviously on the Mog Station of today, the 30th of March. Whether or not you're looking forward to other things coming into the future, whether you think that the outfits perhaps should be, you know, well, A, dyeable, and B, more than just one piece. Let me know below. Try to keep it as civil as possible, and I will indeed see you all next time. I actually quite like this hair, especially with a hat on, but there we go. Is it worth the money? You be the decision maker. See you later, guys.